What up, y'all? Welcome to Final Notice Media. This is Corey, and this is...
And I'm Zach.
Yeah, Zach has been a lifelong friend, actually.
Long time.
And so excited to have him on. And we are doing Blazing Butts review of Us, just released today.
Bum.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors.
Right? Hard not to get that song stuck in your head after
Yeah.
watching this movie. Absolutely. So, like I said, it was released today. It is written and directed by Jordan Peele, which I always appreciate when someone actually writes a movie and then directs the same movie.
Yeah.
Like, you actually get a good message and, like, hopefully not a ton of interference because you have two people with two different ideas that might want to do something different. So it usually comes
Definitely.
through, like, a lot clearer. So, before we start the review, let's dig in. I'm actually going to break it in half. So I made homemade chicken and rice, like, burrito wraps. And I'm afraid that they might be too spicy.
So we'll see how they turn out. This is the first time I've tried one of Corey's dinners, one of Corey's evening meals, if you will. And he's told me earlier, hey, just heads up, this spice is very spicy. I said, well, I'm used to this. I've done this before. I've got friends that love to garden and grow peppers, all kinds of stuff. He said, yeah, but just be forewarned. So
Yeah, we'll see. So
cheers to that.
Absolutely.
And we'll get started with the review
let's
shortly.
See what it is. Took a big old bite.
I feel it starting to kick in. Not too terribly strong at first.
Ooh, it builds.
Slowly.
Yeah, like at first I was like, okay, I'm feeling like this isn't that bad. But now, so
Tell me some
I
of the
bit really
ingredients.
deep,
Okay.
and the back of my mouth is on fire right now.
So I'm seeing some chicken breast, some
So
lettuce.
yeah, just chicken, lettuce, rice,
So
cheese.
what kind of cheese? What kind of spices?
So the spices are basically kind of like a chicken, just a regular kind of chicken style mix, salt and pepper,
Okay.
and then like a garnison rub. So it's supposed to have like little herbs,
Okay.
and then there's a hot sauce that I was given to as a gift because I like really, really hot things, and I love this stuff. I put it on almost everything that I cook at home.
Yeah.
But it is hot. I can't remember. I'll put a picture of it in the back on what I really like to use and what I put it on. I'm rambling right now because my mouth is on fire.
It's not bad. I mean, very tasty. You know, I don't feel like it's overwhelming. I don't have tears rolling down my eyes right now. So maybe a few more bites in, maybe that'll happen. I'm not done yet, but anyway, yeah. As far as so we went and saw this afternoon. We went over to Brendan Theaters here in good old Vacaville, California. So we decided to go see Us this afternoon, and basically the premise of the movie is this family decides to go for a summer vacation to Santa Cruz, California. And, they decide they have a cabin or a summer house that they retreat to, I guess.
Yeah, I think I said it was like his grandmother's home
to get a break, for the summer. So they go there, and at first mention, once they first start to see the boardwalk, which is what they were really looking forward to see, the mom of the family, played by Lupita, I forget her name.
I think that's her first name. I can't pronounce her whole name. Very good actor. Starred in 7 Years a Slave.
Yeah, or 12 Years a Slave. Yeah,
12 Years a Slave.
She was in a
Yeah,
Star
more
Wars
years
movie.
than that.
She was a voice for.
Yep, she did the voice for the girl with the glasses in the first one.
Yeah.
She was barely in the other one. She was
in
like an alien character.
Black Panther as well, right?
Yep, and she was in Black Panther as well. So it's a very good established actor. I'll go ahead and put the rest of the actors in the back because of two children. I mean, first off, the acting in this movie was like there. It was solidly there. I don't think there is very many moments where it
impressed
didn't
with the
feel
acting.
real at all. Like everything felt well as far as their expressions and like emotions and everything like that. Like it was on point for me.
Yeah. I mean, you go to the movies to take a break from reality, and you're hoping for that suspension of disbelief, and that was there with this movie for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything else kind of faded away. I didn't feel bored by it at all. The actors did a wonderful job drawing me into the story.
Yeah. And you know what? Something I was thinking as we were watching the movie, I was like, it's really nice to sit down and watch a movie about a family and they're like quirks, the way that they interact, and have it seem normal and have them be black at the same time. Like, too many, you have like the stereotypical like things put in, be like, oh, this is like a black family comedy.
I didn't feel like any of that happened in this story. Yeah,
it felt completely real.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like, oh, they put a trope in here for something, or they did like a standard stereotype of something.
Yeah, none of that.
Like all of it. So we had all those characters; they were great, and then we had the friends of them that were a white couple. That all felt super fluid to me. I didn't feel like they were sticking out any tropes on white people or black people or anyone.
The spice is kicking in.
Is it getting? Yeah. So it just felt real, and it didn't feel like with Black Panther. Oh, it's the first black superhero movie, or or just like things of that nature. Like
race
it
was not an issue in this. People are just people, and this is their and it was.
And this is the story.
And this is the story. Yeah. None of that became a focal point in the story.
No, not
whatsoever,
at all. Yeah, it was so fluid and done so well, and it was nice because I feel like we need more of that. But like, hey, we can have really good movies and storytelling.
Yeah.
With any kind of people.
Yeah.
So we don't need to make it like, oh, they're black, so they do this, or they're Mexican, so they do that, and they're white, so they do this. So it was like this wasn't there at all. So it was very, very cool.
It was
to
typical,
go to a movie and be like, yay! Like this is just a really good movie with really good characters. There's not any
weird
hey, there's a girl who's Captain Marvel,
no,
and we're gonna really push this. Yeah, and it's a girl. It's a girl. Like like this didn't have that at all. It was so well done.
I liked the way they wrote the characters of like the dad. There's some parts he's out trying to rent boats, or I think he bought like a cheap boat in this story, and they had a summer house located, I guess, next to a lake, which is kind of I don't know where there are lakes near Santa Cruz. Maybe it's closer to the bay.
I think it was part of the Santa Cruz Bay.
Okay,
I think that was what it was.
He's out doing turns, like, hey, yeah, it's working. And then the engine dies on him, and everyone's staring at him like, Dad, like, why do you want us to climb into this thing? Just little quirks like that were really funny. I remember growing up thinking of different things like that, within my family. My dad, really interested in going on road trips with a travel trailer with me and my brother and parents, and we were kids looking at this. Oh, my nose is running. This stuff is spicy. The spice is kicking in, ladies and gentlemen. And so, just, little quirks like that where, you have your parents are looking at it like, or especially dad is like, yeah, the family's going to love this. And everyone else is going, do we? Yeah. Do we really like this?
It felt like a completely normal family.
Yeah.
And like I could relate to the father character with him being goofy and like trying to make jokes.
Yeah. Cheesy jokes. Really and total dad jokes.
There was a scene that was a very great scene where she goes into the room and he gets in bed and he like spreads out. He's like, hey.
Kids are finally put to bed.
Yeah, kids are finally to bed. And
everyone's like, settled down, and he's like, this is where the magic happens.
And it was really goofy and really funny and like really kind of real. Like, like it was all there.
It was little touches of that stuff. And then, so at that point, his wife says, I just don't feel like I'm really at ease here. Once we got here, and they allude to what had happened before when she was a kid at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk in a funhouse like mirrors, like room of mirrors type attraction over there. But they didn't get into detail at that point. Yeah. The story's just about to begin.
It was a very good builder. Yeah. It built itself up very well. It held the suspension of like building up the story and wondering about things. Yeah. And like seeing certain things that are happening in the movie.
Yeah.
And then when it kicks off, like they just flip the switch and it's fucking go time. And it was very, very good. So I don't think I can keep praising it enough.
Yeah.
So
do you want to start off with what stands out to you, or where do you want to go next in our
normally
dinner time conversation?
I would go through and like give it a rating scale, but I've been really kind of contemplating that. So I think this time, the first time on File Notice Media, we'll just recommend it to see it in theaters. recommend to watch it, but not in theaters, and then just to not watch it. Just an easy go or no go, or wait till
like
it's
a green,
free.
yellow, red type.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, exactly. So, in your opinion, would this be a see it or wait to see it or never see it?
See it. Go see it. Worth the money. Great acting. Great story. And the music, everything. I have a little bit of a music background. I played violin, not very well, but I do know a few things about that, type of thing, about the arts. And they did a wonderful rendition of "I Got Five on It."
Yeah, by the Loonies.
And they took that and made it an orchestral arrangement, and the strings and bass. You know, when they played that chord in the movie, there was a scene in there that just gave me goosebumps. I was just like, wow, this, everything else just like went out of my mind. I'm just focused on that one moment in the movie. I'm like,
yeah, and to be able to do that with "I Got Five on It" from the Loonies
this old,
is completely
awesome.
Like, yeah,
they turned that around, and everyone's just like, okay,
yeah,
and you could hear in the theater, everybody was quiet, just like focused.
Oh yeah, that when this moment happens in the movie. Like, yeah, you got goosebumps. I got chills. I was like, oh, like when that happened, I was like,
yeah.
And you could feel it.
Yeah.
Like you could feel the tension with everyone in there.
You could hear a pin
like,
drop in the theater.
Yeah, everyone got super quiet. No one was eating popcorn. Like
nobody.
It was completely quiet.
Yeah, nobody's slurping on a soda, nothing. I was just like,
yeah.
What's gonna happen next?
Yeah, absolutely, and I completely agree. The whole audio soundtrack, all the ambient noises, everything was just like very well thought out and very well done.
They had some, jump scares, bump scares thrown in. With every scary movie, you want to have a little bit of that, and they did that, but. They had a lot of other scenes,
and they earned it
in suspense. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, like
sure.
like I hate jump scares. Like I always expect 1 to 2 shitty jump scares in any horror movie.
Yeah,
just because, like you said, they do them. It's a jump scare. It happens. But this one had a few jump scares, but it was completely earned. I was very impressed. Very impressed by it. I would also say, go see it. Go see it in theaters. It was done so well. And it's definitely worth a late showing. I wouldn't even say matinee. It like any price is a good price to go see this in the movie theater.
After evening,
like experience it in the theater because you could feel it in the theater.
Yeah,
it was very, very cool, and so that was awesome. You really enjoyed all the audio aspects of it. As the music, the sound effects, everything was good. And I noticed a lot of the choreograph. That's what stuck out like really well to me. I was like, damn, they choreographed the shit out of this. Yeah. With they had like a camera swerve a couple of times. Yeah. And they didn't overdo that. Because normally like a movie will start doing this swerve technique and I'm like, fuck, come on, we've done that 5 times already. It's disorienting. We get it. Yeah. But it just happened a few times. And when it happened, it really made you feel that kind of uneasy feeling like you're supposed to get when they do trickery of camera like that. And like a following scenes, they did a couple really well shot following scenes that didn't overdo that anyway. Yeah, the cinematography was really good. So with that, we'll just do a quick little couple minute spoilers of Us, directed and written and directed by Jordan Peele. Yeah. So what was the whole these people the premise because we saw in the trailer that these people are these people, they're the same family, right? They all look the same, they're going after each other, so what gives, right? So the premise of this is the way it's told is that there is that people on Earth at one point in time are split and same soul shared by 2 different bodies, and there's like a dark, let's say, shadow people or like I guess nether realm or under earth type of community, and they are tethered, they're connected with those that live on Earth. Everything that goes on Earth is reflected by the same people that are underground, but the catch is everything, all good things that happen to those that are living their lives on Earth, they are struggling. It's the exact opposite of those that are in this shadow realm or this this underworld. Yeah, I'm gonna stop you there because I was curious on if because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what that was, and I'm not sure on how it progressed.
Yeah.
So let me know if you missed this or not. I'm like 99% sure it was cloning.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, because she was saying that, and why I think it was cloning, and because I might be wrong here, but I could have swore that she said they figured out that you can have two bodies but only one soul.
And one soul, yeah. I thought
and
that
I was like, I think that's cloning. I think that's what all these rabbits are about.
Oh, okay.
Is that and all the experimenting and everything like that with that place that they end up finding underneath the fucking Santa Cruz Beach boardwalk. They have like some like holding facility or like some testing facility hidden down in there, which was like cool.
Yeah. I thought at first it was a metaphor what they were using, but I think what you're saying is making more sense.
See, because that's what I was saying. I was like, I wonder if they're trying to do like a psychological type thing. And then I was like, fuck, I think it's cloning. I think that they're like, this was a cloning lab, and they realized that, hey, we're up top and like we're getting all the enjoyment and we feel all these different things. We have the soul. And these people are like forced to just kind of motion through what we're doing, which is that it had a couple great scenes. Yeah. They're showing the contrast between that.
Yeah, no, they really did.
Yeah.
There were some cut scenes where, you know, at the boardwalk, there's roller coasters and it's an amusement park. You can go through and they just do one cut scene after the other from people that are on Earth and people that are in the netherworld or the shadow world. This underground cloning lab. People are riding roller coasters and everyone else is lined up. It looks like the same order as those that are up on Earth riding the roller coaster. I wonder if that's if they're psychologically linked, right? Or spiritually linked.
Yeah.
Along with that, but
something like that, absolutely. And that's one thing that
they did a good job depicting that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I always appreciate a movie. Like there was a couple things in the movie that were a little too on the nose for me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wish they wouldn't have gone into it that deeply. I like to kind of leave it up to the audience with these kind of movies. And then when it was all said and done, I was like, wow, they did a really good job. Like, I feel like not everything was answered. Not everything was fulfilled all the way. It's going to leave some stuff up to speculation for the viewer. And I always like that when they do that with movies. And so we'll leave the big spoiler up to the editor's cut review. So if you want to go through and see every single thing that we talked about after our slightly faster review, go ahead and check out the 1 minute editor's cut that'll be coming up soon, and then we'll get into like the super duper spoiler. Not just that there might be clones or like another type realm underneath with this weird I'm like drooling.
My nose is running.
Yeah, it's brutal. Hot. Brutal.
You gotta give me a recipe on that type of spice.
So like, subscribe. I forgot he hasn't done this before.
Like, comment, subscribe,
share, all that good shit. We appreciate it. You made
Final Notice Media.
Final Notice Media.